Alrighty, my friends, welcome back to the Space Coast Fishing Experience. Appreciate y'all tuning in today. In this video, I'm going to show you how to catch sand fleas for surf fishing bait and also how to blanch and freeze them for future use. What's a sand flea, you might ask? Well, also called a mole crab, these small crustaceans can be found where the surf meets the sand and everything feasts on them, from pompano and whiting to bluefish and drum. And you guys, the best part about sand fleas, once you know what to look for, they're easy to catch and are arguably the best natural surf fishing bait out there. All you need is a sand flea rake, also commonly called a Florida snow shovel, and to train your eyes on how to spot these little buggers. So let's get down to the beach and get straight into it. All right, guys, last thing we gotta grab, but the most important thing before we hit the beach, is our sand flea rake. There it is in all its glory, also called Florida snow shovel. You can find this at any respectable tackle shop along the Florida coast. And if you ask for one up north, they'll look at you like you're crazy. Once you've got your sand flea rake, it's time to start honing in your skills on how to identify where the sand fleas live. You're looking for colonies, which contain the highest concentration of fleas. Land on those, and you'll have enough bait for your trip in one pass of the rake. My friends, this is exactly what you're looking for. This is a colony of sand fleas, and you can tell that's what it is by the little V-shaped wakes they put off as the tide recedes. Now that you know how to find sand fleas, it's time to deploy your rake and catch them. Wait for a good incoming wave, and as it recedes, position your rake directly in front of you with the basket pointed down and the edge of it making contact with the sand. Start walking backward, keeping the basket submerged in the sandy water by about 1 to 2 inches. Once you've finished the scoop, dip the rake in the water to wash out any excess sand and shells and check to see if you caught any fleas. Repeat as needed until you get comfortable with the technique and have enough bait to go fishing.
Oh yeah, this ought to do it. Oh yeah. How about that, you guys? Heck yeah. Woo! There we go, you guys. That's what we're looking for right there. Heck yeah. This ought to be pretty good. Oh, heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about, you guys. That's how you get on the sand fleas right there. Heck yeah.
Alrighty, my friends, welcome to the garage where we are about to show you how to blanch the sand fleas that we caught earlier. It's a really simple process, you guys, and you don't need a lot of fancy equipment or anything like that. So let's get into it, and I'm gonna show you guys how we do this. Alrighty, my friends, here are our live sand fleas that we caught earlier. Now, before you blanch them, you wanna make sure that you rinse these off really well. And you guys, we got the Seth McGinn's multi-fuel portable cooker. Love this thing. And that's what we're gonna be blanching our sand fleas in, you guys. Now make sure you've got a ladle to dip out your sand fleas when they're done. And make sure you've got an ice bath to put them in. And the purpose of that, guys, is once those sand fleas come out of that boiling water, you want them to stop cooking right away. So you want them to go right straight into that ice bath. All right, you guys, we got that water nice and boiling hot. It's time to drop our sand fleas in and blanch them. All right, I think we're gonna do these like half a batch at a time. So let's get the first batch in there. There they go. Alrighty guys, it doesn't take long to blanch these sand fleas in boiling water. It's gonna take about 30 seconds to a minute, and you're gonna tell that they're done when they turn orange and start floating to the top. Alright guys, these are good to go. Let's start getting these out and on straight to that ice bath. Alrighty guys, there's a finished product, looking freaking good. Let's get them patted dry and packed into bags. Alrighty my friends, our sand fleas are blanched, they have been through the ice bath, and they are ready to get patted dry, packed into bags, and put in the freezer. So let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty, we're just gonna dump them onto a bunch of paper towels. Kind of spread them out here a little bit. Let the paper towel soak up a little bit of that moisture. All right, y'all, we got our plastic Ziploc bag here. Let's get some sand fleas in here. Basically, what I like to do is get enough for one trip and then freeze that bag so I can take a single use if I need it. About like that. Alrighty, my friends, that's it for how to catch and blanch sand fleas. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you found it useful. We'll see you next time on the Space Coast Fishing Experience.